Hello. Bath is a city of patterns and hidden designs. Wherever you go, you'll see crescents, circles and symmetry, and enigmatic designs whose meaning is obscure. But today I'm going to be looking at a particular type of pattern, the classic labyrinth, a design intended for reflection and contemplation. We're going to explore 4 labyrinths, 3 you can still walk, and 1 that vanished, leaving only stories behind. They're all very different, but we'll see that what they have in common is that they were designed to slow you down, to create a pause in our busy lives. We're starting here, just by Pulteney Weir. The Weir, and the bridge behind it, is one of the most photographed locations in Bath, but today I'm looking across to the other side of the river, where we can just get a glimpse of our first labyrinth, the Beezer Garden Maze. To get to the maze, you need to walk across the bridge and down these steps, and here, just a few steps from Pulteney Bridge, is this maze, a place that most people walk straight past. It's amazing how many people don't know this is here. Created in 1984, this is not a true labyrinth, as a labyrinth has a single winding path, a journey to the centre and back out again. With this one, there are choices to be made. Will the path I choose lead to the centre or to a dead end? But I finally made it, arriving at this rather fine mosaic at the centre. The designer of this maze wanted it to tell stories, and there are lots of stories crammed into this small space. It's the story of Bath, with the Gorgon's head at the centre. This represents the goddess Minerva Sulis, after whom the Romans named the city Aquae Sulis. And around the edge we can see images of Bladdard, the legendary founder of Bath, and other mythological figures from the city's history. If you're passing by, stop and take a look for yourself. But now a change of scene. I'm on the top of Little Salisbury Hill, standing behind the trig point and looking out over the city of Bath. And I'm walking towards a turf labyrinth. These types of labyrinth were common in the Middle Ages, but only a handful still remain in England. This one is not medieval, but modern, carved in the 1990s by a group of road protesters. This is a classic labyrinth design, with just one path to the centre. What you'll notice as I walk is that the maze may be small, but the path is long. That is quite deliberate, a way of packing a long path into a small space. Some medieval pilgrims would go even slower by following the maze on their knees. Not to be recommended on a muddy day like today. I mentioned the road protest, and as you can see down there, the road was eventually built, but it is far below us, and this remains a peaceful place today. I've come back down the hill, and I'm outside the church of St John the Baptist in Bath Easton. Here we have another modern labyrinth, added when the church was renovated in 1986. But as you can see, this is a very busy church, and most of the labyrinth is now covered up by the children's corner. Fortunately for us, I've got permission to move part of the carpet, so we can get a better idea of what it looks like. This is in fact a copy of a 13th century French labyrinth, and it's very complicated. I'm even struggling to see whether I should be following the red or the white path, and there are lots of dead ends. I think this one will remain a bit of a mystery, but you do get a real sense of how intricate some of these mazes could be. And finally, we have the ghost of a labyrinth. I'm in Sydney Gardens, which was once a Georgian playground with fireworks, concerts and festive evenings. It also had a labyrinth, one that Jane Austen wrote about visiting every day. It was just here, in the space that now lies between the canal and the railway line, and beneath those houses over there. It was a very grand affair, with a mechanical swing at the centre, and a grotto just outside, with an underground passage leading to the centre. But as the gardens changed, the labyrinth and its grotto disappeared. However, it's just possible that a fragment remains. Across the road is the Macdonald Bath Spa Hotel, with a mysterious grotto in its grounds. Could this be a part of the lost labyrinth of Sydney Gardens? Today's journey has taken us from a riverside mosaic to a wind-blown hilltop, from a church path to a vanished pleasure garden. Labyrinths can take many different forms, but they all remind us that not every journey is about finding the fastest route. Sometimes the path that winds is the one worth taking.